Sometimes it pains me to read comments like, "Oh, are you happy now?" from some Barcelona fans. Probably insinuating that I'm happy that Ter Stegen is now injured, probably for 7 months, just because bro made a few good saves and he's now injured. We should just forget about the mistakes that he made. He made a mistake against Monaco. He shouldn't have passed that ball to Eric Garcia. He had a lot of option and he chose. And by the way, Eric Garcia had somebody behind him all the time, and when he passed the ball, he was in danger. Why would you put your player in a position like that to make that kind of mistake? We should hold players accountable at Barcelona, but we are also the same fans that are eager to drag Rafinha. We want to drag Eric Garcia, but when it comes to Ter Stegen, we don't want to do that. But guys, subscribe as always to the channel. Let's get down to this tactical analysis of Barca and Villarreal. In the build-up phase, Villarreal did not press particularly high as they were sitting on Eric Garcia. And then they would wait for the pass to go out from Ter Stegen to Inigo Martinez, where they would press from an angle to get the ball over to this one side. But we continuously saw the dropping deep of Pedri, and then Rafinha would pop up in these spaces where he would receive the ball in the pockets, and then also would switch the ball over to the likes of Lamine Yamal. However, there was two other ways that Barcelona could use to build up from the back. And that was with Eric Garcia, because these two were sitting on him constantly. He could easily go in between the centre backs to get on the ball. And this would draw these guys into a press, which will allow the likes of Pablito to come into that situation right there and get on the ball. However, Pedri's positioning was interesting because he wouldn't mind to go out onto the wing and get on the ball this way. And we even saw that Rafinha was also an option to get on the ball for Barcelona. So the movement here was way too much for Villarreal to handle. But the problem with this was, which will lead us to the second way of building up, was the space here that it distanced all these players from Lamine Yamal. And therefore Pablito had to go back to his positioning, and then Koundé was the one who was coming in to create this 2 against 1. Where we would see that Pedri would come into the space right here, Gerard Martin, and then Rafinha in the half space. The reason for this was it would created a problem for Baena, because Baena couldn't come into the area right over here, because that would be a 2-on-1 for Pablito and Lamine Yamal. But therefore, he couldn't press Jules Koundé, and that would leave Jules totally wide open, and that still had a good option for Barcelona, 1-on-1 Lamine Yamal and Cardona. As the first half progressed, we saw that Hansi Flick wanted to take more and more advantage of the space that was left by Baena and Yeremy Pino when they would go and look out to press, because he saw that the advantage of the pressure and the space in this area right here could be very beneficial for Barcelona. However, we didn't see that it was only Pablito that was circulating. We saw that even Robert Lewandowski went into that area in order to get on the ball and receive it. We even saw that Rafinha was over on this side behind Baena in order to receive the ball. So it was great fluidity from FC Barcelona in this instance as well. However, Flick was not happy at all, as he wanted to get a certain Lamine Yamal into that space. But the way he achieved this was having Eric Garcia drop, which allow Koundé to go forward, and then Lamine Yamal would be in the half space because Pablito and Pedri had to go and be the pivots. So now if Bahena would go out and press Sergi Dominguez, then Lamine Yamal would be able to receive the ball, and then him and Kunde would be in a 2-on-1 situation. Remember when Eric Garcia was dropping in the first half of the first half? These two were drawn into a press, and then it was mainly Pablito that was dropping into that space to get on the ball. But Pablito went a little bit higher, and Pedri was the lone pivot. And I think Flick wanted him to be on the ball because Pablito many at times didn't control the ball that well, and the riskier passes that he took, that was better taken by Pedri, for an example. And the movement was really good, and Lamine started popping up in these half spaces, having him closer to the goal. And Pedri was doing all sorts of orchestrating for FC Barcelona in this instance. And Jules Koundé was also operating in the half space to get Lamine Yamal in one-on-one situations with Cardona. And Barcelona was growing more and more into this game because now you had somebody that was great in one-on-one situations to get on the ball. And don't forget about the movement that we constantly saw from Mr. Rafinha. I want to apologize for uploading this video only now, but hey, rather late than never, because I am even seeing that some tactical channels or football channels only upload once every 2 weeks. But as always, guys, please do let me know your comments down below. What did you think about the game against Villareal? And let me know your thoughts, right? Because like I said, I enjoy watching you guys. We're going to do a live for the Getafe game, but as always, do subscribe to the channel. It's going to help us a lot to get this family to grow bigger. We upload weekly Barcelona content. See you in the next video.